Wolfman Jester here. And yes, I know you're like, what the hell, no zany intro? Yeah, my mind needs to rest on those. But for this week's review, we are doing Unreal Championship 2, the Leandry conflict. Now, I never really heard of Unreal Championship. I'd heard of Unreal Tournament, and this is basically the home console edition of that. And let me just say, the cover art definitely played a big role when I was buying it, in case you are wondering. I mean, come on, could an animated character's outfit get even more skimpier than that? So, there are many different types of races in this game, and for me to find all of them, I'm going to have to confront the book. Let's see. There are Juggernauts, there are Leandry Robots, there's the Scars, there's the Humans, they got Necros, which is undead, and then they have Nakati, which are, they're kind of like Egyptians. Like, that's basically what it is. But one cool character that actually makes an appearance is Raiden from the Mortal Kombat series. Yeah, that's pretty badass, huh?
Very shagadelic, baby, yeah!
So one of the cool bonus features about this game is it's one of the many original Xbox games that's actually compatible with Xbox 360. So, you just throw that puppy in, and we'll start playing. So, for those who have never played an Unreal game, it's basically your typical fighter game that switches between first person when you're using a melee weapon, and third person when you're using a gun. Now, the guns vary, and the melee weapons vary, and there's a bunch of different characters to choose from. And not to mention, the graphics are amazing. For an original Xbox game, the graphics are amazing. You wouldn't even think you were playing original Xbox. You'd think you were playing on the 360. Now, at the start menu, you get an option of story, instant action, network combat profiles, or options. But we're going to go to the instant action. Instant action gives you a selection of different game types to play. It allows you to choose your mutators, which are like bonuses that you can have while the game is playing. Allows you to choose a time limit, you know, it's basically just you versus the bots, or you versus your friends. And it gives you a bunch of difficulty settings to put on, and it gives you over 40 different maps to play from. But what we're going to go to is story mode, because that's the big thing of this game. Now, you're going to either create one, or if you already have one like me, you're going to choose it. And it gives you Ascension Rights, Tournaments, or Challenges. Now, what the Tournaments one is that it gives you a bunch of different characters that you can choose from, and you play it through their storyline. It doesn't give you the movies, it just gives you like little text that tells about them, and this will help you unlock characters, as well as the different challenges you complete, which these are freaking hard. There's no doubt why they're called a challenge. They are reasonably hard, but we're going to go to the Ascension Rights for now, which is the basic storyline. And this gives you 5 different difficulties: Novice, Experience, Adept, Masterful, and Godlike. And I like a challenge, so I'm that guy that likes to play Godlike. Now, if it's your first time playing, don't be afraid to go right into the Novice setting. This is a hard game. It takes a lot of determination, it takes a lot of skill, it takes a lot of
Mojo, baby, yeah!
The story centers itself around Anubis, named for God of the Dead, who was set to marry Selket and ran away from the first Unreal Tournament long ago. Now, what's weird is that all the Nakti soldiers are in the shape of Egyptian gods.
I feel like a mascot, not a warrior.
You'll spend the first part of the game basically learning the training, and that is like the power-ups, how to fight, how to switch weapons, the different views you can go through, the basic typical stuff that you learn at the beginning of the game.
Oh, we're gonna have tryouts.
That really is the gist of it, though. And for the rest of the game, it's just going through and fighting different people and doing different obstacles. One game including Capture the Flag, which we all know how to play Capture the Flag. You get one flag, you run it to the other goal. Yeah, that's basically how it is. But then there's some other games that I found very interesting and really cool. One of them was a game called Overdose. Now, the basic plot of Overdose is, it's kind of like Capture the Flag, actually. But with one difference. It's a free-for-all, and there's just one ball that you have to get to a different obstacle. And when there's someone that has the ball, you have to kill that person in order to get it from them. And depending on what color the ball is, depends on the points. Now, as you see at the top of the screen, there's a little indicator. Now, what this indicator indicates is where the ball is. Now another game, and one of the most brutal of them, if I have to say there ever was one, is the Nolly Slaughter. You see, there are these little, I don't know what they are really, life beings, and you have to go around and slaughter them, and whoever kills the most wins. So this, in a nutshell, is Unreal Tournament 2. Not a lot, probably a short video that I've done in a while. I'd say the only downfall about this game was the lack of weapons. There was maybe, I'd have to say, 10 weapons, including your melee weapon and the pistol, which everyone had. And then it gave you maybe 8 other ones to choose from, but you could only have 2 at a time. And you couldn't pick up other weapons along the way. So I'd say that was pretty much the only downfall. It's not the newest game, which is actually kind of a plus, though, because now you get all the content. You can go download it for free. There's a bunch of different characters you can download. There's a few maps. I seriously recommend picking it up. If you see this game, pick it up. It works for the 360. I don't think many people play it online anymore. Maybe if it starts growing in popularity, more people will play it online. And it was the hardest game online, and it was definitely really, really skillful. Like, the most skillful people had to play this. With that said, this is the Wolfman Jester, and I'm signing out. Thanks for viewing. Please be sure to rate, comment, or subscribe. And check us out at thatguywithglasses.com. We are in the